there, good evening. Okay, so totally impromptu. I'm just trying to get dinner on the table, running a little bit later than I expected. It's getting dark early. Anyone else over anyone else over this like dark early business? Okay, so let me go ahead and share this. I'm gonna get this up in my VIP group, and I will at some point, I'm working on getting everything over to my business page. Hey, Brandy. So, just so you know, like, I am not a baking pie person. Like, I like crumbles and stuff that doesn't have crusts, because for me, that's a little bit easier. But here we go. Okay, I don't want to do it on a page. I want to do it in a group. There we go. So, so this is a little bit outside my comfort zone, and I totally bought refrigerated dough, the kind that come, the refrigerated pie crust, the kind that come 2 in a package. And here we go. Oops. But we have this awesome mini pie tin, so I haven't used it yet, and so I'm feeling like, you know what, I'm a pampered chef, I at least need to try it out, right? I know that there are people that like are super bakers and like flock towards this stuff, and I think that's awesome. This is just a little bit outside my comfort zone. So so I got the refrigerated dough. I didn't make my pie dough from scratch. And let's just put this in one more place here. And then I actually made my innards already. Apparently, I should have waited while this was in the oven. I didn't realize I was going to have to cook, even though I read the recipe, okay? But I didn't realize I was going to have to bake the crust first, then take it out, then put it back in. It is what it is, right? Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We are going to, okay, let me do this one more. Okay, there we go. Here we are. All right, so I unrolled my pie crust, and I kind of rolled it out a little. I don't think you need to roll it out, but I kind of rolled it out with our new, you can see my flour on it. I rolled it out with our new marble rolling pin. Again, this is all kind of new to me. And I'm using our pie cutters. Hey, sweetheart, can you turn that down, please? So with the pan comes, thank you, with the pan comes these perfect pie cutters that are supposed to be the perfect size here to put in, to put right in here, right? I don't know the best way to do this. Do I want the floury side up? Do I want the floury side down? Guys, I'm telling you, this is like outside my comfort zone here. So I'm just going to put this in here, and it's got like these pretty little indents here. I'm going to try and like stretch that in there so that when we actually bake it all together, it looks really pretty. Okay, because I'm sure that my toddler is going to care how pretty it looks, right? Hang on. So hang on one sec here. All right, so we're just gonna put these in here. And so I guess what I need to do is I will go ahead and I'll roll out, I'll roll out the other one, and then I'll do another 3 cuts, and then I'll put them all together and roll it out for the tops, because I have, so it comes with a set of 2 pie crust cutters, and the small one is actually for the top. And we're doing a chicken pot pie. Do you ever feel like excited when you score a deal at the grocery store? So I totally scored a deal. I got ground chicken like 97 cents off. I think I paid $2.50 for an entire pound of ground chicken. So, you know, I kind of thought in a pot pie, it probably doesn't matter what kind of chicken I'm using, right? Okay, so I think I kind of like want to fold this up to roll it back out. Guys, I'm telling you, this is like outside my comfort zone. Years ago, I used to bake cookies as gifts, and I did roll them out, but I don't know if that was like soup, like before I was married. I've been married like 11 years. Okay, so we have, see, look, like this already comes out in a circle. So I don't know if I'm really supposed to roll it out more or not, but you know what? Is it gonna hurt? I can't imagine that it would hurt, right? Okay, so we're just gonna roll that out like that just a little bit. And I have this fabulous rolling mat that kind of gives you guidelines, which I really like that. It shows you, so like if you're doing like pizza dough or something, like it shows you a 12-inch, right? All right, so here we go. I've got 3 more of the large, right? Nope, that's the small one. See, I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, that, whoops. Okay, guys, so just so you know, an example of me being a pampered chef, not a perfect chef, right? Do you know what that means? That means anyone can do my job. Anyone can do this, because you know what? If I can mess it up, I'm hoping this should still come out. Oh, I wonder if it's the small ones that go on the bottom. I have no idea. Guys, I'm telling you, I'm out of my realm here. This is a little bit outside my realm. So there's these like really pretty little indents here. And then I'm gonna wanna put, yeah, the small one goes for the top. I don't know, we'll see. So maybe we'll leave those and then mush these together and roll it out. This should have been a little bit easier, but guys, again, pampered, not perfect, right? All right, so we've got some, I might need a little more flour here. All right, so I want to know if you guys are bakers, please let me know, because I am totally open to baking tips. And like I said, baking and like rolling out, see, is not necessarily my forte. Okay, so this is not, I guess I need to combine this better before I try and roll it out. Hi, Sally. Oh, I bet Sally knows. Sally, I'm a little bit embarrassed. I'm totally using refrigerated pie dough for this. I do not do that kind of stuff from scratch. And I will be honest with you, I like to do stuff that we can do quickly and easily. And there are some things I'd love to do. Like I'd love to make my own cake mixes. The problem is cake mixes are $1. So if someone can show me how to make them cheaper for how I buy them, I'm totally open to that. I know the health benefits will be really good. Okay, so I almost am wishing that I had like 2 more refrigerated doughs, but whatever. Here we go. So I'm rolling it in my circle here. And guys, if anyone has any pointers, go ahead and comment, let me know, because I'm telling you, I got on here thinking, I don't know how this is gonna go. But here we are. See, I already used the wrong size pie cutter, pie crust cutter for the thing, but I figured I would save those since I'm gonna need to put them on the top. And this feels way too thick. So, all right, here we go. So it's not like perfectly round and pretty like when it came out of the package, but I'm really thankful that I at least have tools that make this process easier, because if I was trying to do this without the right tools, I probably would have given up. Anyone ever have that feeling? But I was just so excited because I got such a great deal on the ground chicken, and I've been wanting to try homemade chicken pot pies. Okay, I feel like we're getting somewhere here. All right, I've been wanting to try homemade chicken pot pies, and I happen to have the ingredients, so here we are. All right, so we've got that bottom and that bottom, and then that will give us all of the bottoms we need. I just did it again. Can you believe that? Okay, guys, this is crazy. I'm putting this over here. I totally just did it again. Can I just put these back together? Can I roll it back together? Can I just use a little, guys, shortcuts? I'm thinking, can I just smush it back together? Because I don't want to do that all over again. All right, so yeah, real life, right? Not perfect. I'm pampered, not perfect, right? I do not get all of this stuff right 100% of the time. And I'm being super vulnerable and just showing you, like, guys, this is not my normal stuff that I cook. So I'm stretching myself. I'm trying new things. I want want to know, what new things are you trying in your kitchen? When you, are there any new recipes that are like, you know what, I've been meaning to make that, but I just haven't gotten around to it, or I haven't had the chutzpah to do it yet? Who here has some ideas? I would love to see. I know Facebook is being a little weird with how we're seeing comments, so I don't know if I'm seeing everything, but I can seal it with a little water. Thank you, Sally. Yay, that's kind of what I tried to do. So, all right. So the little one is over here, and here's the one for the bottom, and that's what we're going to use. So here we go. 1, 2. All right. So these last two, and then my oven is, oh, see, whoops, didn't get quite sealed, but that's okay. You know what? It'll bake together. In the meantime, I'm just going to do this. My little trusty spatula. These little spatulas are awesome. I have, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 of them because they're so good for all different uses. So hopefully this will just kind of cook together. And I'm going to put this again in its little shapes here. Guys, I'm telling you, I am a total novice at this. I love to cook. And as a matter of fact, as I did the insides, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm onto something here with the insides. We'll see how we do with the pie part. I do have a chicken pot pie chowder that I make, and I was thinking, oh, this would be easier if I just turned it into that, and I totally could have done that, and dinner would sorry, I want you guys to see what I'm doing. Dinner probably would have been ready a little bit earlier, but my son is being super patient, my toddler's being super patient, and I gave him some dried cranberries, and he's good. He has a little snack, and I think he's really gonna like this too. Okay. So it says to put, I've kind of like oiled this a little bit, which supposedly I don't even have to, but you know. So it says to put this in for, how long does it say? I think 16 minutes. So this has been, the oven is preheated. So it wants me to put this in for 16 to 18 minutes. And then I'm just going to show you, here, we're going to set the timer there, and I don't know that I'll be on here the whole time. Okay. I don't know that I'll be on here the whole time for you to see it come out, but I can hop back on when it's done and show it to you. But I just want to show you what the insides are. And I'm going to put that there. Oh, yay. My son took my little grips. Okay, that's okay. Here we go. All right. So what I did was I kind of made my filling, which, like I said, according to the instructions, which I didn't realize I probably should have done while that was in the oven. This was pretty quick. The first thing, now, if I was, again, guys, first time, right? So the mistakes are going to come out. What I should have done first, because I was using raw chicken, is I should have browned the chicken first, taken that out, and then put the butter in to saute the onions and the garlic. But I did it wrong, so I ended up using a second pan that I have to get dirty. But this here is our rock crock, and I love this because when I make my chicken pot pie chowder, I make it in this. This is made of clay, and it's a ceramic coated clay. So this is like my favorite power tool because, yes, darling, I'm on Facebook Live. Real life, guys, real life, okay? Pampered, not perfect, all right? So I was able to saute everything in this. So this goes on the stovetop as well as in the oven, in the microwave. You can even put it under the broiler and out on the grill. So the rock crock is like my super, super favorite power tool. And when I make, like what I was trying to say before my attention was grabbed elsewhere, was that when I make my chicken pot pie chowder, I do it in this. And then I use, it's like a one-pot meal. Everything's done in the same thing. You use cooked chicken. You can cook the chicken. If you have uncooked chicken, you can cook it in the microwave first. In this, I know, like seriously, from raw to cooked chicken breast in the microwave. You can totally do that in this in like 10 minutes. And then I would shred it up and then use that along with just like, you know, like one of those frozen bags of veggies that's like $1 from the grocery store. I'm sure there are people that can find it for less than that, but I think $1 is a pretty good deal. For like a 12-ounce bag of the green beans and corn and carrots. And I did put, so I put some fresh onions and fresh garlic. Guys, this time of year, I put fresh onions and fresh garlic in everything. Those are two foods that have some really great antibacterial properties. And I know like most of us are trying to fight stuff off, trying to keep stuff at bay. Our kids are maybe bringing stuff home from school that we really don't want. So one of the ways to combat that is to make sure that you're using fresh garlic and onions in your food, because it does help. Now, you know, again, you know, you have to kind of look at the whole nutritional picture of what you're serving. But, you know, when you can make little choices that make a difference, it's really helpful. And honestly, it's even cheaper to use fresh garlic, again, when you have the right tools. So when I put fresh garlic in my, I don't know where I put my garlic press. Oh, here it is, because it's next to the sink because I used it. But like our garlic press, guys, this one is not pretty and new, okay? I've had this one since 2009, since way before I was a Pampered Chef consultant. I was just a customer. But when you have this, you don't even have to peel the garlic. You just press it through, and then you can save the skins and put them in a Ziploc in the freezer with all of your other like veggie ends and veggie peels. And guys, you can make your own stock for free, right? So that's a really, and I save chicken bones. So I usually use that with the veggies to make a bone broth. Now I will be honest, we have a small freezer. I don't have a deep freeze right now, so I'm not saving all of my veggie ends, but I am saving my, I am indeed saving my chicken bones because bone broth is so good for you and so healthy. Now, the only reason I haven't been saving, like I said, is space, and I haven't made a big pot because I don't have a place to store it right now. But I'm hoping that we'll be able to get a deep freeze soon so that I'll be able to make some extra stuff like that. So just so you know, like I did try it in the freezer that I have now. I put stuff in the door. My soup froze over. I had to use a hair dryer to get it out. Okay, pampered, not perfect. Now, I'm a little bit of a hot mess, but I'm just being real. So do I like to do all of these money saving tips and things like that? Absolutely. And I've had different seasons in my life that I have been more able to do that than others. So right now, the season that we're in, I don't get to save all the ends. But if you have the space, honestly, it's a great way to be able to, you know, get the most out of your grocery money, right? If you can make your own broth, then you're not, you know, it's water and it's your veggie ends. And if you've got leftover bones from meat, then you've got bone broth. And that stuff is full of vitamins. It's so good for you. All right, here we go. This is the correct size. This is for the tops for when those come out of the oven. And I can get 3, and so I just need 1 more, and then we're good. And I just so you know, like this had said, oh, take it out, let it defrost for 20 minutes. Again, didn't do that, but it said, the instructions said that I could put it in the microwave on defrost for 30 seconds. So that's what I did. And I just need to get, this is actually going way better than I expected, but I have a feeling it has something to do with the fact that this is staying cold. Like this is getting warm the more that I handle it, but because I have a rolling pin that is marble, it's staying cold, so it's really able to roll this out. Even though, you know what, it needs a little bit of water. It's really able to roll this out even though it's a little bit warm. And it's not really sticking together, so I'm guessing that means water too. All right, so I want to know really, like, what are some recipes that are kind of like in the, like, things that you've been thinking you might want to do, recipes that maybe, because this is something like I had all the ingredients for kind of because I knew that I had this pan and I knew I wanted to try some kind of pie thing, so I had the pie crust in my refrigerator. You know, I would love to branch out and maybe try like little mini apple pies, but I'm not like a pie filling in a can kind of person. I'd rather do those fresh. And honestly, every time I buy apples, my toddler eats them. So I haven't had like a whole bunch of apples to be able to do that. So I probably will. If this goes well, then I might venture out and try and do that next. But I'd love to know, like, if you can comment below. Oh, Sally, thank you for thank you for tuning in. I will at least put a picture on when I'm done. But I would love to know if there are any like recipes or types of foods that you may have been wanting to try that have been like a challenge for you, that you're like, you know what, I kind of want to do that and I'll get to it eventually. You know, because it can be hard to try and incorporate new things, especially when you're, you know, in the middle of your busy life. Like, this seems a little bit thicker than some of the other ones, but that's okay. So here's what I'm going to do with these. Now, the one thing I know, just because I've been reading about stuff, is that it's important when you make pies that have a cover to have a way to vent the, to have a way for the air to come out so that there's a vent. So what I'm doing with this, I know that I took my Mix and Chop out and I had it here. Okay, I'm gonna rinse my hands real quick. Fantastic. I'm wondering if it fell over the edge there, because I have an edge over here, but no, I'm putting my hands down. I don't see it. That's crazy. I just had a Mix and Chop in my hand. I had my special edition, what do you call it, Mix and Chop? I'm gonna grab my mini Mix and Chop, which is over here. Okay, so this is like an old one, a mini one, and I am just going to put like a little pinwheel in here. Look at that. Look how cute that is. You see that? But it does double duty, right? So not only is this cute and pretty, I wonder if I might, with this little one, I could probably even put more than one. I totally can. All right, look at that. I've got 3. Can't do 3 on that one, but I think I'm going to do 3 on the other ones, because this is this is an older version that was out several years ago. I have a big one, and I have one that's dirty, and I had another one that was clean, and the clean one made a run for it. So I'm just doing this to make sure that when I put this on the top of the pie, and I don't know exactly how this is going to work, and guys, I don't know if I'm doing this, like I said, I don't know if I'm doing this totally right. I'm just looking at a recipe that doesn't actually use the whole cover here, but that's okay. And what I'm going to do is those have like another 5 minutes. But what I would love to tell you while you're on here is about this amazing rock crock. So I started to tell you that when I make, like, this could have been a soup, and when I make the soup, I would just take the biscuits out of the can, or you could even mix up some Bisquick and just plop a tablespoon in around, and then just have like a bunch of biscuits bake. You can put it in the oven, right? So you do everything on the stovetop. You put your biscuits in, whether they're from the can or they're from the Bisquick mix. You put it in, you put it in the oven, you come out and you have chicken pot pie soup, right? So, but instead of doing soup, this is a little bit thicker. And I think I just use a little bit less milk and a little bit more flour to put this together. I also put a little more seasoning in than my soup calls for. Like I said, I did fresh onions and fresh garlic, and I did our rosemary. Here we go. It's still by the stove because that's where I used it, but it's our rosemary herb seasoning, and I did a tablespoon of this. And another little like quick shortcut for you is when you use our seasonings, the lid is a tablespoon. So if you go up to like the top thread of the lid, that's a tablespoon. So one less thing to get dirty, right? And our rosemary herb seasoning mix is so delicious. It has no preservatives or like unpronounceable ingredients in it. There's no like cellulose or any of those things, those anti-caking things that sometimes can be a little scary. You know what I really want to do with this one? I have a cookie cutter that's a trumpet. That's what I really want to do with this one. Okay, we're going to see if we can kind of seal it back up with some water here. And I'm just gonna cut the trumpet out of it because my husband is, I'm sorry, a cornet player, not a trumpet player, but I feel like it would be cool for him to have a special trumpet cutout one in case that works. Anyhow, so less dishes, right, when we use the lid as a measuring cup. And guys, who here has a rock crock? Jill, do you have a rock crock? Hi, Jill. Hi, Jason. Do either of you guys have a rock crock? I'm only seeing some comments, but I want to know who has a rock crock, and I want to know like what you use it for, because I, quite frankly, use mine for just about everything. Okay, look at that. So I have my trumpet cut out here, and then I can put this that is the trumpet cut out. I don't know if he's going to be able to tell that that's what it is, but you know what? We'll try it. We'll see. Anyhow, I use this bad boy for everything. So this is like my powerhouse. This is what I'm using several times a week. This is the 4-quart one, and we have an amazing special for hosts this month. So I mentioned all the places you could use it, but I didn't tell you that we even have a slow cooker stand for it. And so you can use this as your slow cooker as well. And our slow cooker stand, so if you already have one of these and you don't have the slow cooker stand, you can get the slow cooker stand for $60. I mean, it's great and it's worth it and it's wonderful to have. And but this month when you host, for only $27 more than the cost of the stand, you can get this $139 rock crock plus an exclusive host carrier. Guys, no one can buy this. It's only available to hosts in November. For $27 more than just the slow cooker stand, you can get the $139 4-quart rock crock plus the carrying case for $87. Guys, this is like amazing. So this is a deal that's only for hosts this month. And I only have like 2 open dates left for cooking shows here locally, but if you are if you're not local, I do have a handful of open dates, of open slots for virtual parties. So if you want to host a virtual party, make sure to let me know, because all you need to do is collect $200 in orders and you can have the entire exclusive set as a host for $27 more than just buying the stand by itself. So I'm going to check really quick here on these things, and I'm going to take this. This is going to be interesting how we're going to do this. I'm not even sure exactly how we're going to do this. Here we go. So we're just going to move all this down. Maybe not with that on there. Guys, this is heavy. This is like one of... This is like... What? You want to help? I'm pretty much done, honey. Now I've got the hot stuff. So with the hot stuff coming out, I'm almost done, sweetheart. Well, the problem is now I have hot stuff coming out. Oh, here we go. Whoops. Okay. So I'm not really sure why this says to cook it first, because I'm not really sure how I'm going to get the tops on there. Okay, so I cooked it for the amount of time, and now it's like shrunk a little bit. Guys, I don't know. We're going to try it. I'm going to put the tops on. We'll see what happens. Okay, so here we go. Yes, honey, sweetheart, this is hot. You may not come up here with the chair right now. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna put this on and put it in the oven. Okay, so it would be really good if I could do this over here. I just don't want to put the hot thing on this mat. All right. You want to help me? Okay, honey. Well, you know what? You're gonna be able to help me by eating this pretty soon, because this should be done. So guys, I may not have done this quite right. I'm thinking I should have done the whole thing in and put it in raw, but this told me to cook the thing first and then put it back in.
Orange food?
Are you what?
Am I going to eat orange food?
No, you know what? There is orange is his favorite color. Last night we had orange food for dinner.
And I didn't like it.
Oh, you didn't like it? Oh, you ate most of it though. Okay, let's see how we do this. Guys, I'm thinking, again, pampered, not perfect, right? Thinking this isn't quite right. You want to make a card?
I want to make a card for...
Okay, so I have a toddler here who wants to make a card while I'm doing this. And supposedly this can just be done pretty quick.
What are we eating?
We are going to eat chicken pot pie.
Cool.
Cool. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to. Oh.
Sweetheart, the problem is that this is hot. So I just took this out of the oven. Oh, guys, this one's really thick. That was like the last one that I...
And then
We'll see how... Ah! Oh, my word. My thing just broke. Did you see that? We're going to make this work. I'm not exactly sure how, but we just are. We're just going to make it work. It's all going to cook together. It's all going to come together. And we'll see how this does. So... This has like this really pretty little pattern in here. Whether or not I can get this to do things according to that pattern, I'm not quite sure. Whoops. Okay, so that one's not going to look so pretty. We'll see what happens here. I am going to just throw this back in the oven. Oh, geez, and there's a chair behind me now because yay, toddler. All right. So that is going to go in. So I may not have picked the right recipe to exactly try here, but what does this say? Okay, bake an additional 10 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I will take a picture. Okay, so Jason has a Rock Rock and has been using it mostly for cooking chicken by itself or for making chicken fajitas. You know what? Chicken fajitas are one of my old standards. They're one of my favorites.
I want to. Oh.
Sweetheart, we're done. There is way more chicken here than in my pot pie. I feel like I need to get another pie crust and just do like a big pot pie, like in my deep dish pie maker. Thank you. But I'm going to find a use for this for sure. Or we may just make some, I might turn it into soup with the biscuits on the top. We'll see. But in the meantime, that's going to cook real quick. I'm going to get my toddler ready so that he can eat and get ready for bed because it's dark at 6:30. I hate this. It feels like it's like 10 o'clock at night, right? Anyone else not love this daylight savings thing? Anyway, be on the lookout for the picture. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if any questions you have, you can personal message me or go ahead and post below. And I should probably be able to see some more of the comments after I get off Facebook Live. That's just one of the things that's happening right now with Facebook. So thanks for tuning in. I hope everyone has a great night.